So today we have a incredible topic. We're going to be speaking on thyroid issues and what is the true root cause, and it's going to be very actionable, and it's going to give you a ton of information about what truly could be going on with your specific thyroid issues. Now, if you have symptoms of weight gain, weight loss resistance, you can't lose weight, you rapidly are gaining weight, especially around the midsection, your hair is falling out, you have zero mental clarity, you have so much brain fog, insomnia, depression, estrogen dominance, and just even if your doctor says your labs are fine and you don't feel fine, these are all telltale signs of a thyroid issue. Now, no matter if you've been diagnosed or not, this is really going to pinpoint on if you've been given a hypothyroid diagnosis. Because majority of the time, you could be getting a thyroid diagnosis, a hypothyroid diagnosis, but in reality, it could be Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So we say this because majority of the time, people are taking thyroid medication. You could be taking thyroid medication, but you still deal with symptoms, okay? You deal with all the thyroid symptoms, okay? Depression, fatigue, insomnia, weight gain, weight loss resistance. You deal with all those symptoms, and you're taking the medication like you're supposed to, okay? So let me tell you what could be going on. Majority of the time, you could be dealing with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, okay, which is where the immune system is attacking the thyroid gland. Now, it's not attacking it because your body hates you. It's attacking it because there is some type of antigen in the body. There's some type of imbalance that is causing the immune system to be overactive and then mistakenly attack the thyroid gland. Now, nonetheless, the issue and the reason why you are not getting a thorough diagnosis or answers is because your endocrinologist or primary care physician, whoever you use for your checkup, is not testing your thyroid antibodies because it is not in standard blood work panels. It is not in normal endocrinology, okay, research or even literature when they are going through school. They're not supposed to, or they don't typically run a TPO or TJAB. And these are thyroid antibodies. And this is important because if you're not getting a full thyroid panel, majority of the people are not, if you're dealing with this issue, they're not getting a full thyroid panel. So they're not actually pretty much seeing that they have elevated antibodies. So this can indicate Hashimoto's. Now, the issue is that you might have this diagnosis, and merely taking thyroid medication is not going to fix what is the true root cause because it is your immune system that's overactive. Just because you're not producing enough T4 or T3 hormone, that could be great that you could be taking medication, but it's still not addressing why the immune system is actually mistakenly attacking your thyroid gland. So hopefully we've unraveled a ton of information for you. We've understood that why you're dealing with thyroid symptoms despite taking thyroid medication, and we could be, hopefully you understand why you could be dealing with Hashimoto's but not even know it because your endocrinologist or primary care physician is not testing your antibodies. Now, what are the next steps? Well, majority of the time, a lot of Hashimoto's issues, thyroid attacks, autoimmune attacks, stem from poor gut health and the gut thyroid immune connection. So what that is that your gut and your thyroid have an interconnected relationship. Your gut speaks to your thyroid in terms of it helps with the metabolization of thyroid hormone, so the way that it gets metabolized, and then the way that it gets converted from the inactive form into the active form. So when thyroid hormone actually gets made, it starts with pretty much your hypothalamus, which is in your brain, and it signals TSH, or TRH, my apologies, to your pituitary gland. But you know about this pituitary gland as it being a neurotype, I'd just say hormone in an instance. So the pituitary, which is also located in the brain, releases TSH. And you know this because the majority of the time you might get a TSH reading because that's the typical reading they do with a thyroid issue. So then TSH then sends to your thyroid gland to produce mainly T4, which is the inactive form of thyroid hormone, which is the form of thyroid hormone that you're most likely given in hypothyroid or Hashimoto cases. This would be something called levothyroxine or Synthroid. And then it gets converted, this inactive thyroid T4 gets converted into the active form, which is T3. Now, like I just mentioned, has to convert to the active form. The activation can happen in the gut, back to what we were just saying. So if you have altercations in the gut microbiome, this is going to cause conversion issues. So this is why you could be dealing with low T4 and T3, so hypothyroidism, but you could also be dealing with Hashimoto's as well, because around 70% of your immune cells are housed in your gut. So with an uncompromised gut, you have an uncompromised immune system. So now, in that way, no matter if it's a infection in the gut, so it means that you're dealing with some type of dysbiosis in the gut, if you're dealing with SIBO, or you're dealing with candida, which is a yeast overgrowth, or if you're dealing with leaky gut, which is the most common, majority of the time people are dealing with actually a few, these are all going to throw off the immune system. Okay, in most cases, leaky gut being the biggest. When you have increased permeability, also known as leaky gut, it pretty much destroys what is your barrier in what protects the outer world of your gut, and then protects what could be going out from your gut. Because remember, you eat things, and things that you eat don't all get used. Your body, there's toxins in pretty much all foods. I'm not saying that's bad or anything, that's normal. But those toxins have to obviously get excreted, okay, through urine, stool, sweat even. And if the intestinal walls are permeable, so if you have a leaky gut, those toxins that you're supposed to get rid of out of your body, they get into your bloodstream. Now your bloodstream and your immune system react to those. And the way that it reacts is it causes an antibody attack. Okay, this is why you have elevated antibodies in Hashimoto's. Now, that is the main cause for people that with an uncompromised gut that have Hashimoto's. Now, another big thing is environmental toxins and hormone disruptors. Now, when you have a thyroid issue, your thyroid plays with your liver, just like I mentioned, it plays with your gut. So if you have some type of backed up liver because you are so toxic, you have so much, or your liver's just overburdened, which is majority of individuals today, then it's not going to properly convert thyroid hormone the way that you want. So what's going to happen is that you're going to have a buildup of toxins in your body. And this is going to throw off thyroid conversion, especially from T4 into T3. Okay, so hopefully this is all making sense. And then stress and cortisol. If you are dealing with cortisol dysregulation, which is very common, you can see it in all my other videos. Let's say you're producing too much cortisol, which is probably the most common. You're go, go, go all day. This is going to suppress your natural thyroid conversion, your natural thyroid production. So now you're not going to be producing enough thyroid hormone for you to have adequate T3. So this is how you get hypothyroidism. But this can also throw off the immune system for years on end of you having high stress. So this is why you could also contribute to Hashimoto's. Okay. So what you have to do is you truly have to get to the reasoning behind why you're having this immune system attack on your thyroid. You have to get to why your thyroid gland or your immune system is mistakenly attacking your thyroid gland, and why you're not producing thyroid hormone. Another big thing is that if you have blood sugar issues or insulin resistance, this is going to cause you to have inflammation in your body, because now insulin or blood glucose can get inside your body's cells for you to pretty much produce physiological functions, for you to have energy. So if that's not happening, and if insulin can get into the receptor sites, then that's going to impair thyroid conversion, and then it's obviously, like I said, cause systemic inflammation throughout the body. Now the immune system is going to be getting overactive. Now this is going to cause these thyroid antibody attacks, so Hashimoto's. Now, what are some key things that you can do if you're struggling with thyroid issues or weight issues? Now, number one is to get a full thyroid panel, because majority of the time you're not getting a full thyroid panel. You're just getting a TSH reading and maybe a T4 reading. What you really got to do is you have to get all markers, all 8 to 11 markers. We're talking about reverse T3, TPO, TJAB, these are antibodies, okay? T3, free T3, total T3, free T4, total T4, okay? And you're going to want to also see if, obviously, at TSH, And then iodine, okay, magnesium, zinc. These are other minerals that play huge parts with your thyroid. Now remember, if you are dealing with a gut issue, you most likely are deficient in these nutrients, which is so common. Okay, the next thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to figure out what's wrong with your gut. Majority of the people, like I said, have a leaky gut from the high stress life, from the pro-inflammatory foods, and from even the processed foods or what you could say fake foods. I'd like to say these fake foods disrupt the gut lining. Okay, that then is going to cause leaky gut. That then is going to cause thyroid dysregulation. That then is cause you to have that label of Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. So I hope what you're getting from this is that there's a lot of trickling effect. It's like a domino effect. Okay, the next thing is to adequately get the right nutrients you need for your thyroid gland. Okay, like I had mentioned, iodine, selenium, tyrosine, vitamin A, a lot of the B vitamins. Now remember, if you're a woman and you've been on birth control for years on end, you most likely have depleted these nutrients. Now, if you're someone who's done rounds of antibiotics, you've also depleted these nutrients. Okay, so all of these things, if you're taking NSAIDs, which is acetaminophen, Tylenol all the time, you are disrupting your gut microbiome. You are then causing leaky gut, which is then causing you nutrient deficiencies, what then is causing you thyroid issues, what then is causing you brain fog, fatigue, depression, anxiety, and weight struggles. If there's one thing you could take away if you've seen this video in its entirety, is that everything plays together, and this is how a true functional approach goes. And I don't think many functional people are speaking on this, but what you have to understand is that all problems play on each other. And what I mean by that is if you're dealing with high cortisol, that is going to disrupt your hormones, that is going to disrupt your gut, that's going to disrupt your insulin, your thyroid gland, vice versa as well with all those other things. If you're dealing with gut issues, that is going to cause hormone issues, thyroid issues, okay? So here's why many people don't get well, actually, and it's because if they see that they have poor gut health, then they only try to focus on healing their gut. They don't focus on all these external things that could be actually influencing their poor gut health. So you have to work a unique protocol that ties in everything, which is obviously what we do, but I want you to understand that, because if you have a gut issue and you just focus on your healing your gut, you'll be wrong, because there are many other things a part of your body that deal with poor gut health. And then if you're dealing with hormone issues, if you just throw hormone therapy, even if you're in menopause, if you just throw HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, in there, that's still not going to correct the issue abroad. You could be dealing with residual inflammation on the cellular level that you need to clear out before you just add in hormone. Okay? Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. And if you're looking for more information on taking a root cause approach with guaranteed results, then message me. My name is David Reyes, functional health coach, functional nutritionist, owner of Complete Vitality, Functional Health Coaching. We are a functional health coaching organization that guarantees you results, get to the root cause, lose body fat, heal and fix your gut, balance your hormones, and revitalize your life. I hope this video is helpful, and just give it a share if you know anyone.